Hello, everybody. It's Carmela here for our lunchtime chat for the CEO Mindset. Those of you that's in my group, the Training Room for Hungry Entrepreneurs, we had part one of our training on last night. Today is part two, and I decided to open it up and talk about it a little more publicly. So we're live in a few places on this morning, and I just wanted to share some more information with you, some more tips with you to help you make this transition in your business. A lot of times, as an entrepreneur, we have been very successful in our hobby. It's a gift that we have that we've operated in and have been very successful in. And sometimes with those gifts, good morning, y'all. And sometimes with those gifts, we people begin to pay us for it. And so we kind of fall into a business. But we're masters when it comes to our skill, but we don't know how to successfully turn that hobby into a business that could last for generations. And that's where I come in as a business coach, because you are the expert in your industry, and I come along to help you make sure that it is profitable. And sometimes you need another set of eyes on your baby. You hear me now? Because all of us think that our baby is pretty. Think about your natural baby, right? Hey, good morning, Carmen. A lot of us think that our baby is pretty. And or you think that outfit that you got on your baby is cute. But sometimes you need another set of eyes to help you see things from a different perspective so that you can dress it up a little bit better. That's where I come along to just help you take your business to the next level. Really, that's all that I desire to do, is to see you succeed. So when I get a call, let me back up. My name is Carmela Williams. Oh, I should have given you my name, right? So, yeah, I'm Carmela. I'm a business coach, speaker, trainer, entrepreneur. This year, our business turned 7 years old. So I'm really excited about that. February 15th, TC Williams Enterprises LLC turned 7 years old. Now, I've been doing business longer than that, but that's when we shifted from our EIN number over to a corporation. And my husband and I actually have been doing business since 2004, but we shifted into the corporation in 2015. And so God has really blessed us. He's been really good opening doors for us. I'm working for people like our nuclear plant, the power company, for we work for our housing authority. You know, God has really blessed us to work with, good afternoon, Derek, to work with people from different industries. We've worked for Chicken of the Sea, a manufacturing company here. We've worked for Kreider Foods, another manufacturing company here. We've traveled all over the Southeast, just empowering leadership teams and helping them to go from a me culture to a we culture. And I absolutely love what we do. So 7 years has been, it's been a journey, I'm telling you. And we've made a lot of money over the last 7 years. And we've lost a lot of money over the last 7 years. And so that's another reason why I like working with entrepreneurs, that I can share our experience. I'm not just sharing theory with you. What I share with you are things that we've overcome, things that we've studied. Let's jump into our tips, and then I can just weave the story all together, because I know a lot of you on your lunch breaks. And so I thank you for giving me 15 to 30 minutes on a Friday to share some tips with you. Listen, if you know another entrepreneur that could use a little bit of encouragement, I don't charge for these videos. We go live once a week inside of the group called the Training Room for Hungry Entrepreneurs. It's just a place where I can drop nuggets and tips. And those of you that are self-starters, you can take that information and you can be pretty successful with the tips that we give you. Thank you so much. And then those of you that want to go further faster, then there's ways that we could work together as well. And one of them is coming up in March. We're doing something that we've never done before. I am doing a on-site retreat with 10 business owners, with 10 entrepreneurs. And we're gonna be in the conference room. And hey, Kimberly, we're gonna be in the conference room, and we are going to lay out your plan. So I have a business blueprint workbook that we're going to go through. So all the things that you can catch 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 15 minutes here on the videos, we're compiling a lot of it into a workbook as a guide for you to go through. And then I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to teach on it, and then we're going to dive into it. So in that retreat, you're going to walk away not only with more clarity on your 2022 business plan, but you're going to also walk away with your marketing and your rollout plan. Because a lot of times, y'all, we have great ideas, but we don't have a plan to get it out to the people, to our ideal clients. And so we're going to do all of that in that retreat on March 19th. So make sure you reserve your spot. All right, here we go. I got 4 tips for you. Number 1 is work on yourself. It's real easy, ain't it? Somebody help me out. Drop it in the comments. Number 1, work on yourself. Work on yourself. I'm just going to let that sink in for a second, because you have to do self-improvement. You have to do self-improvement. Personal growth and development is what is going to separate your business, where you are now, from where you are going. If you don't work on yourself, your business will have a lid on it, and it can only go so far. Your business will have a lid on it. What I mean by a lid. So here's you right here. And this is your business in its infant stage. This is the business down here when I'm wiggling my fingers. And so you're growing your business. You're mastering your prices. You're getting people to come into you. Your business is growing. You got new clients coming in. And then after a while, you hit a lid. And if you don't keep growing, you will be limited to just this much. Just this much. You'll be limited unless you expand your thought process, unless you're willing to grow yourself, unless you're willing to be challenged. Then you will always have this much. Your business won't be able to go to another level, because as the CEO, everything in this business rises and falls on us. It all rises and falls on us. So we have to work on our mindset. So under work on yourself, that includes working on your mindset. That includes you making sure that any limiting beliefs that have been instilled in you about money, about finances, about certain people, that you deal with those. Now, why is that important? If you have a problem with certain races of people and you want to expand your business, you may be limited. If you have a problem talking about money, you may be limited, because you're going to be uncomfortable when it comes time to give that quote. You know, you got to be able to tell them 6 weeks, you want me to come to your company for 6 weeks, twice a week, and I got to drive back and forth. That's going to cost $15,000. You got to be able to say that. And you don't feel nervous, don't get upset. And if they say, no, that costs too much, you got to be able to say, then it's okay for you to go, and find someone that can work within your budget, because you got to know your numbers. And what I found, though, is that a lot of times they'll go out and they'll do all their research or whatever. And guess what? They'll come back. Because even if somebody is just a little bit cheaper than you, you bring something different to the table. You bring something unique to the table. That's why it's important for you, number 1, to work on yourself, so that you have the character that they're looking for. They can trust you. You're easy to work with. See, some people may be cheaper, but they're high maintenance. And so these people can't bring you into their organization, because they got to stop everything they're doing to cater to you. You got to make it easy for people to work with you. Number 1 is work on yourself. That's work on your mindset, work on any limiting beliefs. Make sure that you create the environment that you desire. Woo-hoo! In your business, create the environment that you desire. Don't allow negativity into your business. People that don't understand what you're doing in business or speak negative about it, sometimes these are people that you love. You have to set a boundary. Setting a boundary is not being mean. Setting a boundary is actually protecting the relationship. We can talk about everything except this. I have people in my life like that where we have boundaries. Certain areas are just off limits. They don't get to discuss that with me because they're negative in that area. So I love them enough where we can still have fellowship, but certain areas are just off limits. And you got to create the environment that you desire so that you can continue to work on yourself and go to the next level. And the last thing under work on yourself is push past fear. The only way to push past fear is to work on yourself. I promise you. I work a lot of times, y'all. Let me say this. A lot of times fear, it comes from lack of clarity. Fear comes from lack of preparation and lack of planning. I'm not talking about a healthy nervousness. I'm talking about a gripping fear. Hey, Tina, a gripping fear where you can't even move forward in this area. You can't even sleep at night. You feel like you are undeserving and unworthy of this particular contract or this particular connection that you're making, that it just makes you sick because you're so afraid. You got to work on yourself, work on your mindset. That's why you got to have business affirmations where you can say, I'm created for this. I am enough, right? You got to be able to say those things about you with confidence. That is not arrogance. That is you being fully confident and fully competent in the gifts, skills, and abilities that God has placed in you. And you have to have that level of confidence. Because let me tell you this. Sometimes you can be talking to somebody and you're trying to get a contract or an agreement or some large whatever it is, and they really like you, but is something about you they can't really put their finger on. And so they'll say things like, well, we just need to think about it. You know what that comes from? That comes from our lack of confidence, right? Let me give you an example. I got an issue with my car. It leaks. I don't know. Something happened to the sunroof. So if it rains, water comes in. And so when we picked it up last week, I saw water puddled up in my floor. That's right. Go towards it, conquer it. I saw water puddled up in the floor. So there's only one person that I have enough confidence in to take my Cadillac to get it fixed, get that water out of it. And it's my cousin, Spike's Auto Care. So he sent me a picture. He was confident. He said, "Oh, Mela, I know we got you." He said that we can take we'll take the seats out, we'll take the carpet out, and then there's like 4 inches worth of something under the carpet, and then that water is probably puddled up between that cushion and the metal. And I'm thinking, what? I don't know nothing about. I didn't even know cars. I didn't even know there was all those layers in the car. Why did we choose him? Because I did not need to know what needed to be done to get that water out of my car. He's the expert in that area, not me. I dropped my car off and then he's going to fix it. And whatever he charged, we're going to pay it because he is the expert. He's getting it fixed, right? And so if I would go to somebody and they would tell me, well, I'm not sure, we're just going to put some towels down in the floorboard and try to get the water out. But I know that water is still in there. I just don't know how to get it out. I wouldn't have left my car there. I'd be like, no, I shouldn't have to go to Google and do the research to tell you how to get the water out my car. I need for you to have the confidence that you can fix my issue that I bring to you, if that's your area of expertise. And then I'll pay you whatever you ask. That's where fear comes from. A lot of times fear comes because we're not confident enough that we can do the job. You can do it. And sometimes you got to stand in that mirror and say, I can do it. I'm an expert in this area. I've studied for this. I prepared for this. I have the experience and I deserve to be here. I don't care if you're the only one in that room that look like you look. I still deserve to be here. I'm not going to feel uncomfortable. I deserve to be here. I was created for this. I was born for this. I'm prepared for this. There's times when I was overwhelmed in a room full of men and I'm in there to train and I had to step out the room and I'd tell my husband, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. And I'd step out the room. That's right. Miss J, I step out the room, go look in the mirror and said, all right, Carmela, get it together. You was created for this. You've prepared. You got your presentation and everything that you need to say. God is going to give it to you. And every man in that room is going to receive it. And I went back into that retreat. We was up in the mountains. I went back up in that retreat, and it was one of the best retreats we ever did. But I had to get my fear in check, right? Because it was the first time that I had did that type of event in a room full of men. See, I know how to respond to women. I know some of the typical answers that the women would say when we do. There's one activity that we do where they can't repeat anything that they've seen the person in front of them do. So I've seen women crawl on the floor. I've seen women skip together, hold hands, and they have to do all these crazy things to go another way. But I've never seen men get outside their comfort zone like that. But let me tell you, in that retreat, those men did the same thing that those women did. They crawled on the floor. They crawled under the tables. They were even wilder than the women. They were open. They were receptive. Why? Because I was confident and I trusted God. I don't trust in my own strength. Don't get me wrong, but you still got to have the confidence. That's right. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Thank you, Derek. And the other acronym for fear is face everything and rise. It's false evidence. It's gonna appear real, but you got to look yourself in the mirror and face everything and rise. All right, that was number one. Work on yourself. Number two, somebody help me out. Number two, work hard. I struggle with this one. Number two is work hard, because I like to say work smarter, not harder. But in the beginning, I can't lie to you. You got to work hard. When you're trying to build your brand, you're trying to build your business, you're trying to get the word out, you're trying to get people to put testimonials on your site, baby, you got to work hard. And you work hard by becoming an expert in your industry. You study, you learn from other people, you watch videos. Thank you. You study, you watch videos, you read books. Thank you, Miss J. You do whatever you got to do. You work hard in building your brand. Sometimes you have to give away samples. You got to show up to trade shows. You got to do events. You got to be everywhere. You got to take pictures. Let me tell you something. When I first started, for 18 months, I worked for free doing masterminds and classes because I was not comfortable charging. And so it allowed me, those 18 months allowed me to get good. It allowed me to master the content. It allowed me to get comfortable speaking. It allowed me to learn how to work the room with the people that was in my groups. I did some virtual and then I did some on site. So it helped me to grow. But I don't care if I didn't have but 5 people in that class. My husband and I would practice taking pictures with the back of their heads and me standing to the front so it looked like I had a room full of people. I had to work hard. I had to make it look like we were growing. And we were. We went from 1 or 2 people to 3 or 4 people to 5 and 10 people. But we had to, you got to take pictures along the way, right? You got to work hard to show up and show what it is that you are doing. I'm not telling you that you're faking, because that's not what I was doing, but I was bringing awareness. I was bringing awareness to who we are, the service that we was providing, and I was showing them that other people was using us, right? That's it. You got to execute. You got to execute. The information that you get, you got to apply it. You got to execute. So work hard, become the expert in your industry, master your trade, practice. That's what I was doing. I was getting good during those 18 months when I was showing up everywhere and people was calling me to speak and things like that. And they didn't have a budget, but I needed to be out. So I would go and take those things and speak and do training. I did a 10-week training at a church for free, but I needed the exposure. I needed the pictures. I needed the practice, right? And it helped me to get good. It allowed me, here's another thing, to develop work ethic. It allowed me to learn how to prepare for my classes ahead of time, even though I had other stuff that I was doing during the day. It helped me to prepare a work ethic. And listen at this quote. It's a quote that my son had on a t-shirt in middle school that makes more sense to me now as an entrepreneur than it did then. It says, hard work beats talent when talent don't work. Hard work beats talent when talent don't work. Let me tell you, I don't care how gifted a person is. It could be 3, it could be 3 people that do the exact same thing that you do. 3 caterers doing the same thing you do. 3 photographers doing exactly what you do. 3 makeup artists doing exactly what you do, right? There's 3 cosmetologists doing exactly what you do. And they're talented, they're gifted. Like, they don't have to work as hard because it just comes natural for them. But for you, you had to work for it. You had to earn it. You had to sacrifice. You had to study. You had to stay up late. You had to apprentice longer than anybody else had to apprentice. Let me tell you something. That hard work will take you further than talent without hard work. That work ethic will take you farther than just raw talent with no work ethic. I promise you, every time. So don't worry about it. You make sure that you show up, that you work, that you do what you're supposed to do. And because you're building a brand, it may take you a little bit longer, but you'll be able to sustain it. You'll be able to sustain it. How do you build the clients when you are promoting daily and running specials? So you can give me more information on this. So 1, promoting daily is good. So you definitely got to put it out there every single day. Also show your work. So if you're doing hair, if you're doing braids or whatever, when you finish, do before and after pictures. So show your work so people can see that they're not your first. Nobody, people don't want to be your first customers. So show your work. If you don't have work that you can show and it's a service, then you have to ask for the testimonials. And then, so I get testimonials 2 ways. I'll message people and I'll say, tell me what your biggest takeaway was from my class. And I'll tell them and I'll share it anonymously. And so they share it. I'll screenshot it. I take their name off and then I will post it as a testimonial from a client. But then I also ask them, go to my business page, click the review tab and write in the review, please. Because it's one thing for me to post it, but it's another thing when people want to use my product or service and they can go to my business page and they can see reviews that real people have left. Because if you're only using your personal Facebook page, unfortunately, those reviews get lost in your daily post. And so you, need to have a business page. If you don't have a business page on Facebook, you need to have one. And you could have a business page on Instagram. Link the 2 pages together and then use Business Suites. Facebook has an app called Business Suites and post every single day. Because if you post through Business Suites, it'll post in both places at the same time. If you are busy and you're working and you don't have time to stop every day and make a post on your page, I challenge you to take 30 minutes on Saturday or Sunday and schedule out your post for the next 7 days. It could be a basic post. Pull some of your old pictures, pull some of the last before and afters, pull some stuff of your products. If you sell oils and things like that, show the oils, do a little 30-second video of you spraying the oil on your hands so I can see what it looked like before and after, those type things. And do the reels. You can do reels on your business page. If you're on your phone, you go to the business page, you click overview and you'll see reel right under the post. Put your business reels there. I went out into my store yesterday and did short 10-second videos and I've been posting them as reels. So put all of that stuff out. You got to keep working it. Now, the second thing you asked was daily specials. Be careful with running too many specials early on in your business so that they don't devalue your product and so that your customers don't wait on something to go on sale. Teach your customers the value of your product so that they're willing to pay full price. Maybe I'm gonna give you a little tip here. Maybe the only people that get the specials are your VIP customers. Maybe if you spend this much a month, you get 10% off your next order, or you get something free, or you get free shipping. Okay. So be very careful about running specials to the general public. So if you're in my group, Hungry Room for Entrepreneurs, because we're live here in 3 different places, but if you're in my group, when I do trainings, you'll notice inside the group, y'all get a discount link, but I don't post that publicly, right? Sorry, I got to plug up. I don't post my discount link publicly. I post it for the people that value what it is that I do and that show up. When you show up for me, I show up for you. So the discount may not be 50%, but it's still a discount and it's not open to the general public. And I don't approve everybody that want to come in the group. I go check out your page and see what you're doing. Because see, some people just trolls. They just want to see stuff, but they're not really trying to build a business. So I don't care if I don't have 10,000 people in this group. I'd rather have 500 people in this group that's really trying to build a business and that can take the tips and apply it to their business and be successful than have 10,000 folks that's just in here causing confusion and drama. So that's why I'll put it in there. So with those specials, I think that you should be very careful about that and give it as a perk to your VIP customers. Even a referral program is good as well. So tell your regular customers, if you refer somebody and they use your name after you refer 3 people that make a purchase, then you get such and such and such and such, right? And so now with your specials, they become valuable and they're for real customers and not for people that ain't regular customers. So that's just some tips. And I hope that helps you. And that's right. Reviews are powerful because before I do business with somebody, I'm going to go check out their Facebook and their Instagram, see what's going on, see what the reviews are saying. Yeah, the before and after videos. Eyelash. Yes. Do the I love it. Yeah, definitely do the before and after. Get your customers permission if you can take pictures of them and show the pictures. Oh, I love that. That's a great industry. So Reels, Reels, are little videos. So Facebook has Reels, Instagram has Reels. They are almost like little TikTok videos, but you don't just post them on your page in your regular news feed. You post them under Reels. If you're on your phone, I hit my home button and then the Reels will show up and you can change it from 30 seconds to 60 seconds. So you hit your timer first and then you upload your little video. And I posted a reel inside of our group the other day. So I've been trying to post those with motivational messages, business tips. And then I also have a product-based business. And so in my product-based business, I show reels of us preparing the products behind the scenes. I try to use the popular songs that people are using. It's just like TikTok, except Facebook and Instagram calls it Reels. And so those are really good. I grew September 30th. I saw Facebook had started Reels, and I posted my first reel on my Facebook page within 30 days. Within 30 days before October 1st, I had 35,000 new followers on Facebook. It's crazy. So because Reels were new to Facebook. And so utilize the Reels. They'll really help your business. All right, what else we got? All right, let's see. Only quality people. I like that. OQP. So those are the only ones that get your specials. OQP. So I gave you several ideas, and the other idea for your specials is if you have a VIP group. But just know, if you got a business page and a VIP group, that's double work. So you may not want to do it that way, but if you got the time, you can. That your specials are in your VIP group, and the only people that get to go in your VIP group are paid customers. Not I'm gonna support you. Well, you can support me from my business page, but once they purchase something for you, then you can send them an inbox message to invite them to your VIP group. I have a VIP group that's invitation only for my product-based business, because the only people that's in that group are people that purchase from me. All right. What was it? We was on work hard. I just got two more. Number 3 is persevere. And this won't even take long because persevere is easy. What separates successful people from unsuccessful people is that one quit and one don't. Perseverance. Perseverance means that even though I messed up, I didn't quit. You tweak it and you keep moving. You persevere, right? Businesses, you wouldn't believe the percentage of businesses that fail in the first year. it gets hard. It costs more money than you thought it was going to cost. Maybe you got into an industry and the business took a turn and you was over here doing this and that ain't even what you thought you was going to be doing. And so you had to pull it back in and regroup, but you don't have to quit, right? Be willing to tweak it, but don't quit. If you get overwhelmed, it's okay to rest. It's okay to take the weekend off. It's okay to put up clothes for vacation. Take rest, but don't quit. Revamp it, but don't quit. The difference, y'all. You're going to, sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. Not sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. And as long as you learn, it's not a loss. Hear me now. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. As long as you learn from it, it's not a loss. I'll give you an example, and then we're going to go to the last one. Back in 2008, I quit my job. I had been on a job for about 10 years and started my business full time, and I wanted to be a virtual assistant, which is why I still offer some virtual assistant services now. My daughter and I partner, and for my clients, we offer social media, just basic, not the whole social media management, but we offer social media posting. And so we offer some services. Well, I want to be a virtual assistant. Virtual assistants do clerical work virtually from home. They're not on site. I was a little ahead of my time. And so step one where I messed up at is I went and bought an office building downtown, and I should have stayed in my office in my yard. But I went downtown and I got the office space, and all the people that was saying they were going to be there with us, you know how that go. Those are not the people that end up being your client. They were just the hype men and they believed in you, but they weren't paying no money. And then what happened was people began to ask us to print things for them. See, a virtual assistant, my job was just to prepare it, not to print it. And then I was getting referrals from the local print shop for jobs. And I thought, wow, they sending people to me. This is great. But they were sending me the one-time people, the people that just wanted something for the day that I might not see again for 3 months. So you can't even build a business like that. But what happened was, although all I wanted to do was design and create the flyers, the promotions, put things together for them clerically, I turned into a print shop. We had not budgeted and prepared to be a print shop. Although we was making money, we were spending 3 times that in ink. Because we were not a print shop, we didn't have print shop printers. And so the printers that we had was costing us so much money in ink that it made no sense for us to stay in business. We were upside down every single month. So we had to close that business down. I went back to work. That's why I say it's okay. I continued to do some stuff on the side. I went back to work. We had 5 kids at home. My husband and I looked at each other. We said, we'll try this business thing again when the kids get out the house. And if we have to eat ramen noodles, just the 2 of us, will be okay. But we needed some income to feed these babies, right? And so this is what perseverance is. We got it together. We revamped what our business was. And now when we relaunched in 2015, we didn't have to close. That's why we're about to celebrate 7 years, is because we had to pull it back in. We had to tweak it. We had to revamp it. There are certain things now we say no to that we wouldn't say no to then. I'll refer people out if they need a service done that I don't do. And that's where that confidence comes in, y'all. You got to be able to say, I'm sorry, that's not the service that I provide. However, I can refer you to so-and-so and so-and-so, because had I done that, that business may not have failed. Right? And so it's okay to pull it back in and regroup and revamp, but you got to persevere. And the last thing is focus. Number 4. Somebody drop that in the comments for me. Focus. If you're an entrepreneur and you're good, everybody and their mama are going to be trying to get you to join their team or sell their juice or do whatever it is that they're doing. You got to focus. Focus. The acronym for focus, FOCUS, the acronym for focus is follow one course until successful. Focus. That's the acronym. Follow one course until successful. I don't care how good you are. And I always show this because it's sitting on my desk at selling hand sanitizer. The moment you decide you want to sell water bottles, this is my water bottle. The moment you decide you want to sell water bottles, if you don't already have a system in place and somebody to help you keep this in front of the people, and you're promoting your new product, this new product is going to be in front of your people more than your hand sanitizer. When you start adding on new streams, you better make sure that that first stream of income is stable first. Otherwise, you're going to be getting trickles. It ain't going to be no stream. You're going to be getting a trickle from this and a trickle from that. So you got to make sure that first one is flowing, that is self-sufficient, that is stable, that you understand your numbers, that you got a good solid customer base that's doing this, and this thing can all kind of flow on its own before you introduce something new. Stay focused. You can't be the entrepreneur with the shiny object syndrome and you selling hand sanitizer and you selling crowns. They don't even go together. Like, make sure the services that you offer make sense, right? Make sure what you're doing makes sense. Make sure that it complements each other. Hand sanitizer and face mask go together, because those are two things that you can sell together. So while you're building up your face mask business, you can have the sanitizer right there beside it because it goes together. So you got to make sure that you stay focused. Goodness. I hope this helping somebody. The 4 tips for today: number 1, work on yourself. Number 2, work hard. Number 3, persevere. Number 4 is focus. Focus. I'll be back with y'all. I think it's next Thursday afternoon at 6:30. I'll be back with another training. I hope this is helpful. Those of you that's in the group, Training Room for Hungry Entrepreneurs, feel free. You can post your questions. You can inbox me your questions, and we'll teach on them, because this is why I'm here, so that you can be successful. I don't mind giving you tips. I don't mind giving you strategies, because if you can take what I give you and apply it to your business and make it work for you, then I think that's amazing. And when you get to the place where you need one-on-one help, then you'll reach out and then I can work with you one-on-one. Until that time, that's why we do this group. I love y'all. Have an amazing day.